The Women's Empowerment Network of South Africa, or WENOSA, aims to close gender gaps in the economy, education and welfare. It offers access to skills training, business funding and economic opportunities, and targets working class women facing barriers to career growth, small business owners needing resources to expand, and girls impacted by period poverty. Joining us now is WENOSA board member Tsholofelo Mokone to tell us more about WENOSA. Tsholofelo, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. Let's start off here. Tell us more about WENOSA and how it empowers and also supports women in the country.
Good evening, Mbali, and thank you for the invite. Good evening to your viewers too. WENOSA has several ongoing programs, and two that I'd like to speak to for the purpose of this interview. The first is the Women in Business program, which is a structured initiative designed to support and empower women entrepreneurs by addressing funding challenges. The other program is the Next Generation Women Leaders program, which delivers targeted training, mentorship, and creates an environment for networking opportunities. In fact, we are hosting WENOSA is hosting the Next Generation Women Leadership masterclass on the 30th of August, which would like to also take this opportunity to invite your viewers to. Those are some of the programs that we have running to support women in South Africa.
And so I understand that, through WENOSA, you also carry out various skills, or you give out various skills to a number of women in different sectors. Maybe give us an insight there when it comes to how you assist women, particularly through these skills.
So I think, Bali, it's very important to point out that women are drivers of economic growth, right? Contributing significantly as workers, entrepreneurs, and also consumers. Globally, women make up about 40% of the labor market. And in South Africa, women represent 44%. Yet their participation is often limited by structural barriers such as pay gaps, unequal access to leadership roles, and limited financing for women who own businesses, right? So socially, women invest or reinvest 90% of their income back to their families and communities, more than double what men contribute. So working in creating programs that improve education, healthcare, and the overall community overall community's well-being, is one of our targeted interests as WENOSA. So as entrepreneurs, or rather as an empowerment vehicle, we create targeted training programs that will empower women. We also provide funding opportunities. We create job opportunities, and we provide a lot of advocacy. Our biggest target, or rather our biggest objective, is to close gaps, career barriers for women, small business owners who need support. We also try and provide those programs or funding for them to sustain their business, as well as address issues of period poverty, which affects our country both socially and economically. Those are some of the running programs that we have in place that also address skills issues to empower women and young girls towards development.
And Tula, some of the women that you have interacted with over the couple of years as you've been part of WENOSA, maybe just give us an insight in terms of what they've shared are some of the challenges that they come across, particularly in their workspaces.
Sure. I think when we speak about challenges, we can't really speak about it just from the women of WENOSA, right?
Yeah.
These are just challenges that affect women generally. Issues of pay gap. Women are often earn less than men for the same work, which limits their financial independence and career growth. Underrepresentation in leadership. Women hold fewer senior positions and decision-making authority, reducing their influence in shaping business as well as policy. Limited access to finance, which is something that WENOSA tries to, tackle head on. Women-owned businesses face more barriers in securing loans and investment and venture capital. But also one of a growing concern within South Africa's, workplace is workplace biasness and discrimination. Stereotypes and unconscious biasness in hiring and promotion and affording women the recognition that they rightfully deserve. Those are some of the challenges that women face. There's a long list of challenges, but those are some of the key challenges that our stakeholders challenges face in their workspace. Yeah.
And as WENOSA, Tsulu, maybe if you can just give us some sort of figure in terms of how many women you've been able to assist over the past couple of years, or how many women you've been able to impact their lives in a positive way.
I think an exact figure is, because our impact is not just limited to our direct beneficiaries, but even to the beneficiaries of the beneficiaries, if there is such a thing. It transcends what we are able directly to do. But there are a number of women. I mean, in the past couple of years, we have provided funding opportunities for small businesses. We've created opportunities where young professionals can engage with each other and exchange lessons on how to grow in their professional spaces. We can't attribute that just to what WENOSA can give. What we do is we create an enabling environment for women to engage with each other and exchange best practices on how they can grow in their professional spaces, as well as how they can do better and grow and grow into more senior. We link women with mentors. We link young girls. One of our programs that we as WENOSA have is the Adopt a School initiative, where we provide sanitary products, to schools, so that not to schools, but to young girls, so that they do not miss out on school. I think I think that's a very important initiative, because the more young girls miss out on school, the shorter we are cutting our talent pipeline for socioeconomic development and career opportunities in the future. So we try and address, our reach of women is, yes, broad, but we don't look only at our reach, our impact in terms of who we can reach, but rather who the people that we can reach can also reach.
All right, Tsholofelo, thank you so much for your time here in SABC News. That's Tsholofelo Mokone. She is the board member for WENOSA, just giving us an insight in terms of the work that they've been doing in terms of empowering more women in the country.